You just have to follow the first basic law of money, which is to pay yourself first. You take a look at what you can immediately do para matustusan mo yung nawala nga na income.
Hi again, and it's so nice to see you, FQ Mom, Rose Press Fausto.
Yes, it's so nice to see you again.
Thank you so much for your time and your willingness to help. Of course, at a time like this, ang daming may money issues, right? And I tried to gather the 3 most common questions of people when it comes to financial problems during the quarantine. The first question is a rather painful question, but what advice do you have for those who have been laid off?
Siguro the first thing for somebody who has been laid off is to look at the low-hanging fruits around, diba? Meaning to say, ano ba yung pwede nang madali na nandyan na that we can use to replace that lost income. If you notice ngayon, dami nang nagtitinda ng kung ano-ano, di ba? You take a look at what you can immediately do para matustusan mo yung nawala nga na income. But other than that, that is just a band-aid way of solving that problem. You really have to get deep down into yourself. This is the time to take stock, to make an inventory, not just of your physical assets, but of your skills assets, your network. So yun, talagang dapat alamin mo na, ano ba talaga ako? Ano pa ang pwede kong gawin? If you are, let's say, a writer, a speaker, a host, nawalan ka na ng trabaho, isipin mo ngayon. And really don't be limited to the exact things that you were doing. You know, Bianca, what I always want to use as an example here is the story of Kodak and Fuji. Have you heard of that?
No, not yet.
Kodak was the #1 film company. Sa Pinoy nga, sinasabi natin, uy, mag-Kodakan tayo, dis na magpicturan tayo. And then Fuji was also a major one, pero malaki yung gap nila. But then, digital photography came, and then, let's see how these 2 companies faced that challenge. Si Kodak, it insisted on that old model. If you remember, may mga booth noon na they're still trying to print. But what did Fuji do on the other hand? Now, Fuji took stock of what assets it had. You know, what am I really? And it discovered that it was a chemical company. Di ba yung developing? So, malaki yung assets niya ng chemical. So, what it did was to really use its resources sa mga R&D niya, ng pharmaceuticals, cosmetics. As a matter of fact, it is now among the top companies doing something to invent the COVID cure. It's now a huge company while the #1's na bankrupt siya. Let's Fuji ourselves. You know what I'm trying to say? Let's really take a look at what we are good at. Pati na rin yung assets mo na physical. Benta mo na yung mga pwede mo namang ibenta so that you can increase your liquidity. And then you really take a good look at what you're good at, and that is what you continue to serve.
That is so interesting. So you're right. Talagang ililista mo lahat. When you say physical asset, that is
mga bag mo dyan, na mga mamahalin, na hindi mo naman nakailangan.
Oo, kasi when you say physical asset, parang baka the one listening is overwhelmed. Baka bahay yan, kotse, wala naman ako noon. No, physical asset is anything that you might have that is of value that you can sell.
Yes. Check your closet. Baka marami kang, alam mo yung mga binili mo na small ang size na hindi mo pa natatanggal yung price tag. Pwede mo na ibenta yan. Yung mga ganon. Even yung mga mahihilig sa gadget. If you already replaced your phone and then you just kept your phone there and na may value pa naman. Even just a few thousands, a few hundreds, when you put them together, makakatulong na yan sa cash flow mo.
Definitely.
So,
and actually, now that you mentioned that, start of the quarantine, naglinis-linis yung asawa ko. Alam mo yung nahanap niya? He has a collection from when he was a child of basketball cards. Some of which were so rare. Tapos nilook up niya sa eBay kung magkano na pinabenta. Oo, mataas. A list of physical assets and your skill set.
And even you add also your network.
What do you mean by your network?
Sino yung makakilala mo, di ba? Who do you know na pwede maging supplier, maging clients, di ba? On both sides, di ba? Supplier at saka kliyente. Dapat makita mo yon. Yeah. Kasi doon ka naman magkakaroon ng negosyo .
We had a girl, she was a stay-out caregiver of our baby. And of course, stay out now is very delicado. So she herself is scared to go to work, to go on duty. Because she is maboka.
Maboka.
Every week, she sells different things. May supplier siya, but never going out of the house. Puro PM lang daw. This week, it's
Yeah.
chocolate. Next week, it's siomai. Next week, it's...
Exactly.
Kasi daw, nasasawa din yung mga kapitbahay niya.
Ginagamit niya yung asset niya, which is maboka. You'd rather buy from someone who's jolly, na nakakaaliw, di ba? Kaysa doon sa bugnutin, na ganyan. I think that's one of the things then that we have to warn them. No? Marami rin kasi dyan yung mga easy to avail of loans ngayon. Mm-hmm. So sometimes mga online na with really very, very high interest rates, kung isa nakakalimutan natin na babayaran din natin yung utang na yan. So we really have to be careful when we take in debts kasi you will have to repay that. Yun lang, makakadagdag ulit yan sa burden mo when you start regularizing your source of income again. That's why it's important na mag-inventory muna kasi you can probably get the liquidity from what you already have instead of borrowing.
Galing! That's a super important tip yung about utang because it looks so nice and shiny kapag in-offer sa'yo, di ba? But it actually might put you in a deeper hole, kumbaga.
Totoo. Ang problema kasi they don't look at anymore the interest rate. Ito yung beef ko talaga. Interest rates are not expressed in a standard way. Sabihin ng iba, 3% interest rate. Hello? 3% per month pala yun. Ano?
Okay, question number 2. What are the new micro business trends in the Philippines now that would work in this pandemic? This is a super common question kasi nga, ang daming tao who want to at least earn a little more on the side. And we do see a lot on social media, di ba? Small businesses thriving. But what would you recommend for those who are decidido talaga sila to make some sort of small business happen?
So right now, everybody just wants to buy something. So kung meron ka ng something that you can avail of, yung what we mentioned earlier, if you know anyone who is a source of this, and then you already have like parang target market, you can start with that already. But again, it goes back to really taking stock of what you're good at and then just trying to probably transform that digitally. For example, you teach about a skill. So dati, you would have a group of 10 to 50 people, you teach them a skill. Now, you have to digitize that. Gagawan mo na ngayon ng online type of learning, mga webinar, so that you can also still offer your service even if you don't have to be physically together. You really just have to be very creative. You fuji yourself and try to find out. Kasi mahirap yung sasabihin natin, these are the business trends, but do you have any core competence for that, diba? It goes back again to the second basic law of money, which is to get only into a business that you understand and to seek advice only from competent people. Kanya-kanya kasi tayong galing Kanya-kanyang diskarte, no? So, kailangan importante, inaalam mo talaga kung saan ka pinakamagaling. Alam mo yung intersection. God calls us to a place where our deep gladness meets the world's deep hunger. So, saan nag-intersect yun para sa'yo? Siguro doon mo ituon yung pansin mo. Huwag ka na masyado naiingit dun sa mga laki-laki ng kita niya. Magaling siya dun.
Okay. So, for example, there is someone who makes really good Spanish bread, pero hindi siya talaga business-minded at all. What would your number one advice be to those people who have a product, whether it's food or anything else, but don't know what the next step is to push it to become a business?
Go to YouTube Academy. Ang dami nang matututunan ngayon. Pero sana meron siyang kakilala na may malasakit sa kanya to teach and to help, give the connections, come up with an income statement, balance sheet, cash flow. Kasi yun naman din yung problema lang doon, di ba? Mag-basic FQ lessons tayo. So that you know that when you make a sale of 100 pesos, hindi yun yung buong pupunta sa'yo. Kasi may mga costs yun, dadagyan mo rin yung parang sweldo mo sa sarili mo so that you're able to really compute kung ano talaga yung profit. It's good that you said yun yung talent niya, no? So this is just a matter of making it a business model. Pwede pa rin niyang pasukin yun. Or makisosyo siya sa magaling.
That's true.
Na mapagkakatiwalaan.
Yan ang bold letters in that statement, na mapagkakatiwalaan. Definitely. Our third and final question is actually the most common question that I got when asking around. How to save when your income is just enough to get you buy?
You know, really, wala tayong choice. No matter how much you earn, kesyo you only earn 10,000 a month or 1 million a month, you just have to set aside. You just have to follow the first basic law of money, which is to pay yourself first. Siyempre, sasabihin mo, oh, it's easy for you to say ganyan, but what is really more important here is not the amount, but you creating the habit and the system. Kung alam mo, kumikita ka ng 100 piso, habang ginagawa mo yan, why don't you just treat it like an obligation? Kumbaga sa tax, wala tayong lusot sa tax, di ba? You have to treat it like a tax. And when I say pay yourself, it's not depriving yourself, but really prioritizing your future self. If you pay the government 20 to 30%, why shouldn't you be allocating anything less than that for yourself? 20, masyadong mataas para sa'yo. You just have to start with something. Wala talagang lusot. And I always say nga, even our helpers at home, meron silang savings. And you really have to do it regularly and if possible, automatically. It's the only way. Alam mo kasi, Bianca, yung sa behavioral economics, yung tinatawag natin na field which is the fusion of traditional economics, ina-assume kasi nito, rational tayo. Lagi natin gagawin yung tama. And psychology.
Right.
Alam na natin yung gagawin, pero hindi natin nagagawa because there is a very big gap, knowledge-behavior gap. So, ang ginagawa natin dyan, we have to set up a system so that it's easier for us to do the right thing. And automating your saving and investing is siguro naman kung may isa ka lang gustong gawin sa lahat ng tinuro ng FQ Ma'am, yun na. Pag ginawa mo yun, happy na ako. At magiging happy ka na rin pag 60 years old ka.
That is true.
No other way talaga.
Is there a way to fix the automating savings online now, or do you have to physically go to the bank?
You can do that online and you can do the automation. They call it the easy investment program. May challenge ka doon pagka hindi regular yung income mo.
Right.
But at the very least, you set something na minimum na kakayanin mo. It's as low as 1,000 per month. Meron ding as low as 500 per month. Kaya, and I really want this to really even go down even further para wala na talaga tayo yung alibi. Kulang kasi, kulang. Ito, lagi nating iisipin. Mas madali kasi nating gawin kung ano yung masarap right now. Now na tayo. Now. Parang hirap tayo na makita yung sarili natin in the future. But then, it only takes, kumbaga, sa waistline. Kakainin ko muna to. Pagka kumain ka naman ng isang buong slice ng cake, same size ka pa rin naman, di ba, Bia? Pero pag ginawa mo yan, year after year, di mo na alam. The same thing with your savings. If you keep on delaying and delaying, before you know it, it's just a couple of years before you retire. Time ang kailangan mo sa pag-iimpok ng pera.
Right. And actually, to those who are watching this, if you want to hear more explanations from Rose about automating your savings goals and where to put, ang dami din tanong kasi about investments, I will link below in the description box the videos that I did before with Rose, and as well as her site, fqmom.com, so that you can get all the tips that you need in videos, in article form, and the like.
Pa-contest tayo. I can give away 3 free tickets. We have a Money and Family Summit this coming July 11 and 12. Yeah,
this
that's
is by
a Saturday.
You and who?
And the TGFI, the Global Filipino Investors. So maraming mga speakers doon. Nandun sina Francisco, Marvin Agustin, tapos andun si BSP governor natin. And let's give away 3 free tickets here.
Wow, sure.
Tayo.
Thank you.
Oo, come up with your best tip of how to save money during the pandemic. Let's choose the best na lang.
Thank you for that. If you would like the chance to win these tickets, just put a comment in the comment section about your best tip on how to save during this quarantine.
Copy paste it on my FQ Mom FB page.
Okay,
and
I'll link
include
the
link. But they should include the link of this
so
video.
You know.
Para alam ko kung saan galing yon because I have that allocation for this particular show.
Thank you for those tickets. Nakaka-excite naman yan. As always, thank you. And we hope that everyone struggling financially now, which is basically all of us, I guess kapit lang. And we have to have that positive outlook that we'll get through this.
Maraming salamat. And I really hope to see you guys there on July 11 and 12.
Till next time!